Oh yes, here I am. You can see myself. Everything seems to work just fine. And that means that we are ready to start our Tilda webinar dedicated to zero block. So what are we going to... hello, greetings from the Netherlands. Hi there. We're very close actually, because I am now based in Brussels, Belgium. So hello everyone from Brussels. My name is Elizabeth and I am the content producer in Tilda. And today I'm gonna talk about the web design editor, which is built into Tilda website builder and called Zero Block. You can see this video behind me, which is more or less giving you the idea of what Zero Block is, but let me just start from two important things. So first of all, the recording of this video will be available on our YouTube channel, which I invite you all guys to subscribe and to put some emojis or reactions so that we know that you are here and you will not miss the upcoming webinars. Because the second thing that I want to share with you is that our regular webinars that are live every 2 weeks and are dedicated to different types of websites, from the landing pages to online courses, from online stores to now custom web design in Zero Block, they will be held in the future as well. So if you don't want to miss any of them, please follow our social media and YouTube, of course, too. Great. So the organization things we are done with them, and now let's get to the interesting part. So first of all, I want to tell you that please ask me anything, all the questions that you have about design, web design, Tilda, Zero Block, whatever you want about your projects, share about your locations, whatever comes to your mind, please use the chat here under the stream. So I will check it very regularly and we'll try to give you all the answers. All right, cool. Now, so what is Zero Block and why would you need it? Okay, so first of all, why it is called Zero Block, and we need to start from the very important notion is that Zero Block is a part of Tilda website builder. All right, so it is a built-in web design editor, web design tool that may remind you of some very famous tools like Figma or Photoshop, but with the only difference is that Zero Block is already giving you the possibility to design within the website builder. That means that all your designs, which are not limited by any of the pre-designed templates or pre-designed blocks that we have on Tilda, and so you build completely, entirely from scratch your own design, you adapt it to all the gadgets as you like it, and then you just click publish and your website is ready, it is live. So you don't need to transfer, like if you made a design, for example, in Figma, and then you need to transfer it into the your CMS or website builder, if depends what you use. Here on Zero Block, you can design entirely everything in Zero Block, or you can make the layout in Figma and then automatically transfer it to Zero Block, which I will show you how to do it today. Okay, and I will start from showing you all the opportunities that Zero Block can give you. All right, and from most importantly, from the scenarios when you might need to use Zero Block. All right, so let me just put myself a little bit down, a little bit smaller, like that. Okay, and now I will talk, and behind me I will show you some of the examples of the websites that are made using Zero Block. All right, so why would you why would you need to use Zero Block? First of all, if you are already familiar with Tilda, you know that Tilda is a website builder that is based on the modular mechanics, okay, or on the block mechanics, meaning that we have a library of pre-designed blocks, which are more than 500 pre-designed blocks, which you can use for all the sections of your website, starting from the menu, gallery, text, reviews, videos, price plans, footers, headers, so on and so forth. Okay, so all of them are pre-designed. There are many options of them, and you can modify them, of course, but the whole structure, the basic structure is pre-designed. Of course, it is pre-designed by the professional designer, so that you don't need to worry about making any mistake, because all the spacings, all the distances are verified and worked out nicely. All right, but in case you really want to create your own blog, and the structure of the basic pre-designed blocks is not enough for you. For example, you want to put, I don't know, 3 buttons on your cover. It's an absurd example, but yeah, you may want to increase the number of elements, or you may want to decrease them, or you may want to add something out of the blue. You want to, for example, overlay the illustration on top of your button, or on top of your photograph, or many other scenarios that you want to customize the section of your website, or the website itself, like entire website. In this case, it's a good idea to go to Zero Block and create your own custom design. Okay, another scenario why you might need or like to choose Zero Block for your web design on Tilda is for creating animations. Okay, it's a very nice tool. Let me just show you a couple of them to create interactive trigger animations, or just basic animations. And here, for example, I'm showing you the hover animation, so that you hover over an element and then another element becomes visible. There are many other options, for example, like this. You see, hover over the element, and you see the another element popping up with a slight zoom. So there are plenty of options of animation. So if you want to really go there and impress and create a stunning website, for example, if you're a web design agency, or if you want to create your portfolio that will really astonish your potential clients, Zero Block is also a nice option to choose. Good. Another use case for Zero Block is when you want to tell the multimedia story. So it's a very nice tool. For example, I took this website from the library, which is called Made on Tilda, which is the library of the best examples of the websites created on Tilda. Okay, our designers are examining them and choosing the very best ones for your inspiration, which you can also use for you when you are looking for the ideas, for the color combinations, for web design trends, and so on. So it's tilda.cc Made on Tilda. Okay, so out of this library, I chose this website, which is a very nice multimedia story about Nina Simone. So just have a look. I'm just scrolling down, and as I scroll, the story unfolds. You see, there is a slight animation over here, which is looped, which is also possible to do on Zero Block. Okay, very nice here, the animation of the disk, and yeah, embedded video, which you can also do in basic blocks. And I would like to tell you that this is a fixation of the text. You see, as I scroll, the pictures behind the text are scrolling down, and the text is fixed. This is something that you can also do in Zero Block. Okay, so yeah, this is the multimedia story, which is told on scroll while the person is scrolling. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to basically click anything to go from one page to another. It's all in front of my eyes. Okay, and it's nice that it doesn't look like a page that was created on the website builder, right? It's not like all these more or less similar web designs that we can see created on the builders. All right. Another example is this nice website of the web design agency. All the hover animations are here. Some tabs. You see, uncommon grid. Very nice work with typography. So yeah, it's fully customized design that was made on ZeroBlock. Before we go into the Tilda interface and I will show you around in ZeroBlock, I want just to make a very small note for those who may fall in love with ZeroBlock now, and they will start to research on it. They will check out tutorials on ZeroBlock and they will work only on ZeroBlock. So friends, my friends and designers, please, we always say in Tilda that if you can do a website on the basic blocks, you don't need to go to ZeroBlock, basically, okay? So if your design goals can be packed using basic blocks, why you should bother and go to ZeroBlock? Because ZeroBlock, there is more work to do, obviously, because you need to adapt manually your design to all the screens, unlike basic blocks are adapted or responsive by default, all right? But this is really important to keep in mind that if you can do without ZeroBlock, do without, okay? Because this is really for professional designers. This is a tool that brings the website builder to the level of the web design agency, basically, okay? That allows you to go beyond the limitations of the website, beyond the basic design principles, the basic design goals and objectives that your client may have for you. Okay. Great, so let me go directly to my Tilda interface and create a new website. I will not tell you anything about how to use Tilda for the moment. I will just go directly to ZeroBlock. In case you are not familiar with Tilda, please go ahead and check our webinars that we made on landing page, on multi-page website, and a couple of other website types where I speak about the Tilda overall interface, all right? As well as we have some tutorials, basic tutorials about how to get started with Tilda and how to basically use the platform for different objectives, all right? Today is the day for designers, is the day for people who really want to jump into the design interface, into the ZeroBlock interface and check it out. All right, so I create a new project, and I call it ZeroBlock webinar, if you will. Very good. Create a new page and I will start from scratch, okay? As we have more than 200 pre-designed templates, I will start my website from scratch to show you how ZeroBlock works, but I want to show you something over here. This is the template collection, which is called Z. These are the templates that you can use, which are pre-designed templates, fully customizable. They're used, they are created using ZeroBlock, all right? Which is really handy if you find some of the styles of these web designs similar to what you're looking for. So you can change everything, as well as you can take the most out of these templates and use the animation, use the cool effects, or you can also use these ZeroBlock templates as a exercise, okay? So you can try to replicate or recreate some of the designs and animation effects that you can find in this Zero template. So go ahead and play around these Zero templates. They're available during your free trial, which is available for all new Tilda users for 2 weeks, okay? And also on the free Tilda plan, which is free forever, and you can basically, you can publish one website and go along with it, okay? But I will start from blank page, from scratch, and I will go ahead and add a new ZeroBlock right away. Block editor. All right, and here we are. We are inside the workspace of ZeroBlock. So let me just show you around while you're writing to me something. Let me see what you're writing. Okay, it's simple. ZeroBlock for unique websites identity. Right, yeah, Matthias, that's more or less what I was trying to explain in the last 15 minutes. You put it in one sentence. Very nice. All right. Hello from Florida. Hello, Florida. Cool. Great to hear from you. So there is a question. Would love to hear more about how to make a responsive navigation bar with logo, text links, and a button link. I couldn't find a good basic blog that includes those items that works well on mobile. Okay, very good. Very nice question. I will keep it in mind, okay, and we will create, or I will give you all the tools to create it yourself during this webinar. Okay, I'm sure you will get it. All right, so just the quick overview of the interface of ZeroBlock. So this is the artboard that you can move as you like. If you worked on Figma previously or currently, I think you will find a lot of similarities, which is very nice because it will save you a lot of time by, not needing to learn a new tool or a new interface. Okay, so this is the artboard, and you can see over here in the left lower corner that there are basically two frames, the window container, which is the bigger one, and the grid container. So let me just tell you the difference. The grid container is the 12-column grid that we use on Tilda. Okay, if you put your designs according to this grid container, you will be able to align it with the basic blocks that are designed based on this grid. All right. If instead you want some of the elements to be full screen on any screen independently on the resolution, then you would go for the window container. All right, and I will show you how it works. For example, if you want to upload the background color and you want this background color to stretch according to the window, to the browser window size, whether it's a huge desktop or a small mobile phone, then you would need to use the window center. And you can use elements, and you can basically link elements to one or another container. All right, you can decide which one to stick to. All right, very good. Next, an important button is here on the top left corner, which is with the plus sign. This is the list of elements that we can add and modify and use on ZeroBlock. So text, image, shape, button, video, tooltip, HTML. I will show you how to use it, form, and gallery. All right, and we can add as many elements as we want in one artboard, in one ZeroBlock. Okay, then on top over here you can see the 5 resolutions for 5 different screens. So this is the bigger screen from 1200 to the maximum screen resolution. This is the design which you see by default if you use ZeroBlock from your computer, from your desktop. Then we move to the horizontal position of the tablet, its vertical position, the horizontal mobile phone, and vertical mobile phone position. As you can see now, this default design on ZeroBlock, all these text boxes and shapes and images, they are not yet adapted because it is, since it's not a basic block, you need to adapt it manually. But I wouldn't say you need to do this manually. I would say that you have a privilege to do this manually because, for example, if you go to the mobile version, you will want to decrease the font size, for example, over here, right? You may want to take away some of the elements and not use it for the mobile version, okay? For example, this you will use, but this text, you can just keep it away out of the actual working area, and it will not be included into the mobile version, which is a handy thing, handy option that you have, an advantage as opposed to the basic blocks, because in basic blocks everything is by default responsible. So all the elements will adapt to all the screens. They will adapt nicely, but you will not be able to have a control over it. Okay, so I will show you today how to adapt your design to these different screens. Then on top right, we have several buttons like save and close, which is clear. Questions, which brings us to a nice Help Center article, a very detailed article on all the features of ZeroBlock. Okay, will not spend too much time on that. Here is a menu, a context menu that is very nice if you're just starting using ZeroBlock, okay, because it will give you some nice tips on the, first of all, keyboard shortcuts, and second of all, different comments that you may not know about. For example, you can hide the UI, show layers, or hide layers, hide grid, just like that, or show it. Okay, for everything you have a shortcut on your keyboard. All right, and the last and the most important maybe button on your right, on the down right, which is a settings button. Okay, so the settings can work in two modes. If none of the elements are highlighted, this will be the artboard settings, meaning that these settings are they relate to all the artboard, the working area. And here you can set up the grid container height, which is a very important thing, because not everybody can just intuitively guess that you can just drag and then increase the height of your block. So you can actually modify the height of your block as much as you want, okay, for all of the screens separately. Okay, you can make very small, for example, a very small block for the mobile, and instead it will be very large for the desktop. Okay, it's all in your hands, all modifiable. So that's the first thing. Second thing that I want to show you is that, of course, you can change the background color of ZeroBlock. You can make it just black or gray, slightly gray, or you can upload an image. I have an image here. Wait, where is it? Just show you how it works. It works basically, the uploader works in the very same manner as it works for the basic blocks. Wait, I think I made a mistake. Did something wrong. Yeah, so I'm uploading the background image. And here it is. Very good. So just like that. Then you can delete it in one click. And if you scroll down the artboard settings, you will see this button, which is ZeroBlock settings. You click it open. Here you have some settings regarding the ZeroBlock. Again, you can hide UI, you can hide grid or show it, show guides or hide them. To add a guide, yeah, you can add guides like this using the keyboard shortcuts, and you can take them away by clicking on these small crosses. Okay, the cool thing about these ZeroBlock settings is that, let me show you, you can modify the model grid as much as you want. So for example, if you want to create a really customized website and not use any of the basic blocks, so you are not into this 1200 pixel width, which is the let's say the basic width for all the websites on the web, and you want to use something different, you can change and modify the number of columns. For example, you can make 5, you see, or you can make 25, whatever you want. You can also make the color, make your model grid a bit more visible. You can add the row baseline, model height, and you can actually set it as you can set it as you like, totally. And you can use this grid for the whole project or just for the current ZeroBlock, okay, which is also quite handy. I will reset grid settings to default, but you now know that you can modify it completely. Very nice. Okay, I'm just reading here model height. Yeah, the model height, yeah, great, loving better functions, just like the Figma import. Yeah, Figma import. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, my friend. I'm gonna show you how to import the layout from Figma into the zero block automatically. But first, I want to show you how to use some of the zero block basic features. Yeah, model heights. Yeah, you basically here you have all the settings for the model grid, right? So I guess the question is, what is model height? So here is the the row baseline. So this is the distance between the horizontal rows, all right? And the height of the model is, look, I'll modify it. If I put the margins of 10 pixels, for example, and the height here, so the model is the how to explain it. I know how to explain it. I will just show you our Instagram post about the model grid, which we issued very recently. Voila. And here I will show you what is basically the row baseline. What does it mean? So row baseline is the horizontal grid spacing. All right, row margins is the indent above and below the artboard edge, and here's the model height if you're using repeating models. Okay, so here's the explanation. If you make the value 5, after every 5 lines there will be a blank line and the model will start over. So this is for those who design using small models that are going one after another. Okay, that was a very let's say very short introduction to our Instagram, which I obviously invite you to follow. And we are coming back to zero block. Very nice. So with model grid, I think we are done. So the next thing that I wanted to show you is how to use the elements. So I will just delete everything we had before. If you don't mind, I will come back to the white background because this will make it more visible for you. And now I will show you how every element is done. So if I want to add text, I just add a text element, I add another text element. It comes with a nice design quote. Yeah, all typographic rules, Matthias. Yeah, that's right. That's the golden standard of typography. Perhaps that's why the names were not so obvious in the beginning. Very nice. So I just added a text box. What can I do with it? So by tapping a tab button, I open the element settings. Otherwise, I can just hit over here on the settings, and here I have all the settings regarding the highlighted element, which is the text element. Okay, I can obviously align it around the around my artboard. I can increase its width. The height I don't regulate because it is regulated automatically, as you can see. Okay, to increase the font size, I just hit plus. To decrease, I hit minus, or I can drag and drop this one. Okay, the color obviously I can change to center or align the text within the box. Okay, the weight and the typeface is modifiable. The spacing between the letters, the kerning, and the spacing between the lines is also possible to regulate. You can in one click change the letter case, just like that. Okay, you can rotate your text, arrange differently, but this we will do when more elements are there. You can copy, delete, or lock, and here is the important thing, which is the URL address. You can add and assign the link to any of the elements in zero block. Be it a text, be it a shape, button, video, to any element you can add a link. Okay, so this is an important thing to bear in mind. And let me just copy this text from our main page to show you an example of how you create a small piece of design. Okay, so let's say I'm redesigning our main page. Create beautiful website. Here I do bold, so by double clicking on the text box, I enter the text editing mode, which allows me to have this control panel on top where I can change some basic parameters of the text, change its width, color, insert link to the whole text box or just to a specific highlighted word or phrase. Yeah, can use strike through, underline, italic, bold, obviously, or clear formatting. Very nice. So something like this. And I will add another text element, or let me just copy the existing one by pressing the Option key and dragging this text element. Familiar, eh? For those who work in Figma, they will find it definitely familiar. Okay, so this is the description, which I will make very small. I just put it under very well. Now I will just group these elements and I will add open the layers panel, and here is our group, okay, with 2 elements. Now I can center it like this. The next thing I want to add is the image. So how to add image to zero block? First of all, when you click on image, there is this let's say template image that appears on your layout, which you can use to upload your file. So you can upload it like this, and I want to upload this logo. Okay, it's done. When I change the size of the image, I don't need to hold any shift button, okay? The proportions are steady, so the image will not be compromised. If instead you want to change the aspect ratio of the image, then I advise you to add a shape and to upload image into the shape. In this case, by modifying the shape aspect ratio, the aspect ratio of the image will be changed. Instead, if you want to keep the aspect ratio of the image, use the image instrument, okay, image tool. Very good. So here on the top, on the right, there are some image settings, of which I want to show you, yeah, the border, okay, the shadow, and the alt text, which is very important for SEO. If you, I guess everyone needs a nice Google results, Google search results rankings. So this is a nice idea for the search engines to assign the alt text to all the images. And here I would put like Tilda logo. So this phrase or this word that I put into the alt setting will be shown, will be displayed in case the internet connection is not very strong, for example, and the image cannot be uploaded. Then the user will at least see what was intended, you know, to be displayed on this place, which is a very nice thing and helps to rank better. Okay, zoomable, lazy load, these are all the pointer events as well, some technical things that I will not dig deep into. Now you can see all the explanations by hovering over these question mark signs, okay, and the basic animation. I will just come back to it in a second. Okay, and under the image, I want to add a button. So by adding a button, it works like this. I will put a little bit higher the image. I want to center the image and the button so that I will select them both. Here on the right, when I select 2 or more elements, I have the settings for select elements, obviously, and I just, oops, not like that. By Command Z, I go back. Yeah, so I just wanted to align them to each other, or you can also opt to align to the grid container. Very good. To check the distances, you can just hold down the Option button on Mac. I'm working on Mac. This is how you measure very quickly the distances. Very nice. And for the button. So the button has plenty of different effects. My favorite is the background color, like the hover effect, let's say. When the user hovers over the button, it will invert, basically. The color, no, vice versa. The color and how will be, no, wait, I will put the color, the background color of the button orange like this. And here I can see, how it worked out. Now this is the background color is here. Here we go, and the text will be white, or better it will be black. Okay. Yeah, so this is the hover effect that you can see immediately in the editor. Very good, but now I was talking a lot about the animation, and I want to show you one of the very easy animation effects. So what I want to do is when I hover over the button, not only the button changes, but also this tilde logo, I want it to rotate basically on hover. So how do I do this? On Tilda, there are two types of animation. There is a basic animation, which is right here, basic animation. These are the pre-designed effects that work when the page is being loaded. Okay, which is not the case for me, because I want to create the trigger animation. That means that the animation that will be triggered by the action on the page, the action the user takes, meaning that when I specifically hover over the button, then the logo will rotate. For this, I need an advanced or so-called step-by-step animation. So the animated element will be the image. So I highlight the image and I add the step-by-step animation. Here in the event is the setting or the property that gives us the idea of when or by what the animation will be triggered, when it will start. So it can start on screen, meaning that as soon as the element is on screen, or as soon as the block appears on screen, the animation starts on its own. Otherwise, it can start on scroll, on hover, or on click. So what I want is on hover. Very nice. Loop. Do I want to loop this effect? Or do I want the image to rotate indefinitely? Yes, I want to loop. Then the trigger, I want to add the trigger. To add the trigger, you just click basically on the element, hop, and the trigger is assigned. And the last thing that I do is to add a new step. So the first step of the element is the first state of the element as we see it now. The second one, and we can add as many steps as we want. So the second step, I want to last it for 20 seconds, and I want the image to rotate 360 degrees. All right, that's all I want. I don't need to change the opacity scale and move the element anywhere. I just want it to slowly rotate indefinitely. Before saving these animation settings, I can play the element and actually see how it goes. Oh yeah, and now I can see that it goes very, very slowly. I was actually thinking that it will go much faster. So here is the duration, and I will change the duration to 10 seconds. Play element again. Still quite slowly, right? Okay, so how about 5? Now it's faster. And 3. Nice. That's what I like. I save it. I close, and I want to see how it looks like. So I hit the preview button. I don't publish the website yet, and I just hover over the button. The button changes, and the logo starts to rotate. When I stop hovering, it stopped rotating. Very nice. So this is how you can basically set up animation. By the way, a small spoiler for the attentive listeners. In the nearly future, let me put it like that, we are preparing a very large course on web animation, which will include all the animation effects that you can use to improve the the user engagement, even the conversions, the interest toward your website, and all the other very practical goals that you want to reach using the animation. Of course, some animation effects are very nice just to light up the fire, but the animation in web is usually the tool to a practical tool, okay, because you need to use it in a very conscious manner, okay, because you want to reach a certain goal by using this or that animation effect. And so we're gonna present shortly a very ultimate course on the web animation with all the practical step-by-step guides so that you can recreate animation yourself using zero block or sometimes using basic blocks. Okay, so follow us on the social media where we will definitely make some noise about it. Okay, so very nice. Now we created a first design which looks nothing special, I would say. No need to use a zero block to create something like that, definitely, but let's continue. Let's go on and do something. So I wanted to show you I wanted to also to assign the link to the image. The link to the Tilda logo can only lead to Tilda CC, our homepage. Very nice. And now I want to show you something else. So I want to add a shape element. Let me just give you a short overview of how to use the shape element. Let's say that I want to on my left side of the screen, the left half of the screen, if to be precise, I want to be orange like that on the background, and I want this background to stretch and to change according to the screens, to the screen size. So I don't want to this 50% of the screen to become 30 or 75 when we switch to the mobile phone. I want to make a responsive background color for the half or part of my design. So how do I do this using the shape element? I just added a shape element, and let me show you the element settings. Over here, you can see the width and the height, which are two basic settings, and they are set in pixels as you can see. But if you click on this pixel, you can switch to the percentage, and let's do this. And if you switch the percentage, then you can modify the width and height and the X and Y values as well in percent. Very good. So since I wanted the background to take only half of the screen, so I will put 50% width and 100% of height. Next thing I want to do is to assign it not to the grid container, but to the window container. To do this, I will click on this container, and I will unfold the additional options to set up the container. As you see now, it's grid. I will switch to the window container. So now it's 50% of the window container, and you can see this small indication which says window relative next to the element. Now it's correct. The next thing I need to do is to put it backward, right? Because now it's on top and it's overlaying my other elements. To do this, I hit Command L and I open the layers panel. Here is the shape. I just drag it behind, and here we go. Let me just change the color to the orange color, or better to this color that I have prepared, which is, more or less, a bit nicer. Very nice. Okay. And now let's see what happens to this background. First of all, I will save, close, and make a preview. So this is the preview, and okay, yeah. I just want to show you the how this background color adapts to the different screens. But before this, I want to also manually set up the other elements adaptation or responsiveness. So let me just do it quickly. This group of text. So this is the adaptation that I'm doing manually for the horizontal position of tablet. Screens from 960 to 1200 pixels wide. Okay, this I will make a bit bigger. I will put it like this, and oops, no. So grid container, yes, very good. Hiding it again. Very nice. Then the vertical tablet mode. So I just quickly, oops, set up this text. So what I basically do is I put it on place, and I increase or decrease the font size depending on the screen size. And as you can see, I don't do anything to the background, to the background color, this coral one, because it adapts itself. It adapts automatically. Very nice. So here we go for the mobile horizontal version. Let me just make the button a bit smaller, and the caption of the button as well. Very nice. So like this, to grid container in the middle, and now the text group, I bring them here, decrease the font size, increase the font size of this description, because nobody will see it if it's so small. Very nice. Here I would like to modify the distance between the lines, and the grid container in the middle. And the last screen is the screen of the mobile phone, and I want to change it completely. I want to make it longer. I want to take away this background color. Just don't need it for the mobile version, and I want to center my design for the for the mobile version. Can I do that? Of course I can. Up, center the text to the grid container, sorry. Yep. The shape got into the group, that's why. All right. Now I do the group like this. Yes, and I think it's ready. I will even increase the button. Yeah, by the way, to modify the zoom, or to zoom in or zoom out the artboard, you can just use your mouse. And to move around, you hold the space key, and you just move it around the artboard. Okay, very nice. So I will prefer like this. Very nice. So we have different layouts for different screens now. I will save and close the zero block, publish the website, just skip this one, and show you how it actually looks when it's published. You see, the animation always works. And if I go to developer tools, and I will switch the dimensions. As you can see, this is the mobile version that we just created. Then the iPad Pro, I will reload it. It will be different. Galaxy 4 looks like the iPhone. Okay, let me put the responsive version. Hop, hop, and the design basically adapts. So it works. The manual adaptation works. The block is fully responsible. Very nice. And this is the first of the 4 things that I wanted to show you today. Now let's let me just check the questions. When you manually adjust the layout and afterwards want to change the color of the button, does it adjust on all responsive modes? For example, mobile from 900 to 1200 pixels, etc. Yes, absolutely. Yes. So if you change something here on the desktop version, the same modification will be applied to all the other versions. And if you want to, if you don't want to use this modification, you need to go to this specific screen version, the screen design, and do something about it. Okay. So, but any action you do over here on the desktop is applied to all the other versions. For example, let me change the background color on hover. You see, now it's white, and I go to the mobile version and it's white as well. So that's basically how it works. I hope I answered the question. Very nice. The next thing is, let me show you how you can add and switch from one zero block to another without leaving the zero block interface, which is right here in the layers panel that you can open by clicking Command and L, or just to show you all the keyboard shortcuts. There is a nice list, very long or not very long compared to Photoshop keyboard shortcut list. So these are all the shortcuts you see, and the hide settings. This is the one I use all the time. Oops, sorry. The tab, the hide grid, shortcut, saving, undo. These are the default, familiar to anyone, I think, shortcuts, copy, paste shortcuts, and so on. You delete element with backspace, change the opacity using the numbers, log the element, and so on. So what I wanted to show you is the layers, hide and show the layers with this Command L shortcut. Up. Very good. So in the layers panel, there are 2 tabs, layers tab and the blocks tab. Here in the blocks tab, you can add a new zero block right from here. You can duplicate the block, you can delete it, or you can change its name. Okay, you can rename it. So I want to add another block, and this is the block 2. And let me just rename it, block 2, and this will be block 1. Very nice. So in the block 2, I want to show you something else. So all the other elements that we did not talk about. Let me add the shape again. Just for you to know, the shape can be modified. So the shape of the shape can be modified, right? It can be a rectangle, it can be a circle, which you can also you can change its aspect ratio, or if you hold the shift button, you can change the size without changing the aspect ratio. And also if you hold Command and Shift and you change the size of the shape, it is changed without moving the center. So it keeps being centered and the size is modified. Okay, so I add a circle this time. Very nice. I will I will add a border to it. Let's say a dotted border, or even dashed. Very nice. Just for you to know what you can do with the shapes. Okay, you can also add a nice shadow to the shape. All right. You put the offset X, offset blur, and and spread. Very small opacity, you couldn't see anything. Me too. Something like this. Oops. Yeah, so you see more or less. Yeah, maybe I will do a little bit less of spread. And here, blur. Yeah, the offsets are also modifiable, so you can see what you like more. So these are more or less the shape, the shadow of the shape. Now I want to add another element, which is the tooltip element. What is a tooltip? I guess you all know what is a tooltip, but just for those who may not know this, so the tooltip is an element that allows you to give a hint to the user by clicking or by hovering over the tooltip. In ZeroBlock, it works in the following way. So you can modify the icon, first of all. Okay, you can add a question mark to it, info plus whatever you want. So I will put any info. You can also upload your own icon by choosing image file and upload file. Okay, but for me, info sign is okay. The background color would go for our usual orange, which is more like a coral. And I want to put it right in the middle of the circle. Now, you know what? I would go for the white one, I think. And the icon color will be black. Yeah, that will be better. Now, the actual hint is the text, or text plus the picture, or text with the link that you can modify just by double clicking on the text. Okay. And I put click me. You will see why. So what I want to do actually, what I'm trying to do is I will group these elements and I will put them in the middle, is to create an animation that will start on click on this shape. I think I will make it a bit smaller in our, keep it in the center. And the next thing I want to do is to add a looped text that is already looped that I want to make move and rotate indefinitely, but it will start by clicking on this yellow shape. So how do I do this? Let me show you using the Tilda template. Okay, we have we will add a new page based on the template over here. Enter template ID. I'm sure you all know that on Tilda you can use templates. You can use pages as templates. So you can create a page, and then in the page settings over here, additional, you go down and you choose save page as a template. Okay, then you can start your design from this already pre-designed page that you already created, or you can allow other users to create pages out of this template using the number. I cannot do it here because I don't have the annual business plan on this account, but in case you pay for the whole year, you can you can use this option. Sorry, I don't see anymore the stream. Let me just check if everything is okay, if we are still on air. Oh yeah, I think everything is great. It's my phone that wants to go home. Very soon we are going to the end. So okay, all in all, you can use pages as templates until then. And now I just entered the number of the template that I know already that uses this circular text. So I edit the block editor and I just copy this element, close the zero block, switch to my previous page, open the second zero block that we just created, and paste the text element. It is obviously unseen on this white background. That's why I will add the background with the nice mountains. Let's wait till it uploads. Here we go. And now we have this circle element, which I want to animate on click on this yellow circle. So how do I do this? I will remove the step-by-step animation because the element was copied from the previous page with the step-by-step animation, but I want to show you from scratch how to do that. So I remove this animation. Yes, I am absolutely sure. Add step-by-step animation, event on click, right? The trigger is the yellow circle. Very nice. The step 1 is this state. Add step 2 or step 1, yeah, the starting step and then the step 1. So the step 1 is the rotation changes 360 degree and it lasts for 20 seconds. Here I think it should go very slowly, just like that. Okay, you see, and let's save and see how it looks when it's published or preview. So I click on the element and it just rotates. So it's that easy and that fast to create animation. All right, using zero block. Circle I will put under the group and circle I wanna center, and them all together I wanna group and center. Very nice. So this is the example of the animation. There is a question if the circle element is an SVG file. Yes, it is. It is indeed an SVG file. Here, circle SVG. But you can also loop the image. No problem with that. Very nice. So, and not only for this design, I want to use the animation. I want to show you how the HTML embed code works. So if I click on the HTML and I add the HTML element, right? What can I embed? First of all, the most widely used case to use the HTML element is to upload the podcast or to embed your podcast episodes to the website, right? You can also embed whatever you want, for example, the videos, but the videos, it's much easier to embed by using the video element. Let me just, yeah, we'll just show you over here. So the video element in zero block works just in the same way as it works on the basic blocks. You can use either YouTube or Vimeo video ID, okay? And then you go to the YouTube. Do I have here a link to the video? Yeah, I wanted to save it. I think I did not. Well, for example, let me just go there, go to our channel, videos, and we have a nice zero block tutorial. And if I want to use it, to add it, or embed it into the zero block, I will just share its link, copy the link, get back to the zero block and enter the YouTube URL. Hop, I hit enter and the video is here, okay? And you will see it directly from the zero block interface, from the website. It will not be redirected automatically to the YouTube. You may do this by clicking on the YouTube logo. All right, so this is how you add the videos. Now, to add podcasts, it's better to use the HTML feature. You don't need to code to do this, I guess you all know. So if I want to see how this thing rotates while listening to the Tim Ferriss podcast, I will open his episodes in Castbox, hit the share button, and here's the iframes. This is the code that is used to embed multimedia pieces into your website. So I just copy this code, okay, go back to zero block, double click on the on our HTML element, delete what is written here. I paste the text, close and update, save it, close it, and an important thing to know is that HTML code is applied only for the elements only when you publish the page. So in the preview mode, we won't be able to see it, but after we publish, let's see what happens. Here it is. I can listen to Tim Ferriss very nicely, and I will hit the button to rotate our circle. Let me just reload something. It's not working. Okay, yeah. So the Tim Ferriss show is on. You can see that. Now the rotation is not going. Let's see what happened. Block editor. Circle SVG. Yeah, we grouped it with our other elements, right? This perhaps was a bad idea. The trigger is circle, right? Add trigger. Yep. Add another trigger, also the tooltip. No, circle is okay. All right, rotation, play element. Yeah, it goes very well. Save and close, publish, and let's have a look again. Okay, here we go. The rotation goes, and the podcast is working as well. Very nice. So it's a very nice option for people who design the meditation pages, you know, for the podcasters that are telling you focus on something and just listen to our podcast. Cool. So this is another option how to use zero block, and I want to pay attention that based on the frame size, you will have the code applied within this frame. Okay, so you can move it, and it matters where you place this code. Okay, I was happy where it was actually. Cool. Can you use CSS in the HTML? So CSS is possible to use. You can use CSS class name for any element in zero block. So but just right click to any element, and you have the quick menu over here, and here you see the add CSS class name. All right, here it goes. You can use the same option for any element. Great. The next thing I wanted to share with you is that you can also copy the animation from one element to another. Okay, how to do that is you basically double click or right click on the element. Not double click, right click. It's because I hit the mouse pad in Mac with my two fingers. That's why I double click. Now, of course, it's not double click. It's the right click and then animation, and then you can copy. As BS is for step-by-step animation. Remove the animation, paste it, or edit it right away. Okay. So very nice. Copy image URL, open the image in the new tab, and some other basic control options. So this was the, let's say, the quick overview of zero block. And the last thing that is waiting for us today is me showing you how to transfer automatically the layout in Figma directly to zero block and make it live in several minutes. Okay, so you can start counting time, and let me add another zero block. Blocks up, the new one, save and continue. This is our new block. I delete everything we have here, and I switch to Figma, my friends. In the meantime, please add your questions if you have any. In my Figma, I have a website for the founder of Tilda. He's called Nikita Obukhov. He's the CEO and founder of Tilda, and this is his personal website layout that I have in Figma. I divided it into two files. This one I actually don't need here. This is the one, the part one, and this is the part two. All right. And I will show you now how to transfer this layout, which is, completely pre-designed in Figma. directly to zero block. Are you ready? Let's go. First step, I go to my settings and I create a new personal access token. Okay, I will put it Nikita. So this is the name, and here I have the token. I copy it, switch to Tilda, go here to the context menu, import, and enter the API token. Great. Switch back to Figma. Open again the layout. Now I have to copy the URL, copy link of this page. Very nice. Back to Figma, layout URL, enter. Hit import. Waiting impatiently. 3, 2, 1, and let's see what do we have here. Here we go, slowly but efficiently the design is being born. So let's check carefully if everything was okay. What I see right away is that there is an error. So this message actually tells me or lets me know that the image here is still on the Figma server. I don't like this. I want to transfer it on Tilda, so to have all the files on Tilda. For this, there is a button, upload to Tilda. I hit it. The image is being uploaded. The next thing I can notice is that the fonts are different, right? So the fonts used on this website there are two actually. There are Druk or Druk white and another one, the graphic one. Okay, so how do I modify the fonts? Let me close the zero block. I go to the site settings, fonts and colors, custom settings. So heading font family name is Druk or Druk. I'm not sure how to pronounce it actually. If you know, please let me know in the comments. Okay, Druk or Druk. I think Druk. Yeah. Let me know. And the body text is graphic. Great. Save changes. Back to our blank page. Still called blank page. Block editor. And now the system actually tells us, yeah, missing font, replace with. Yeah, I replace it with graphic, and all the titles I will change using the Druk. And then we will compare this layout with the one I have on Figma. And then we will compare it all with the actual website that we have published. Okay, so this is the first block. Let me switch to Figma just to make sure we are doing good job. So, yep. All right, I don't know if you can see, it's very difficult to let you see both versions, but what I see is that here is not Druk, is graphic, which is not a problem. Switch it to graphic, and it's uppercase. You see over here, it's uppercase. We know how to deal with it. Uppercase. Here we go. Then I want to put obviously the link to Tilda. I highlight the text, insert link, tilda.cc, link color and style, weight, and the underline weight. Apply. Done. Very nice. Opacity is a bit lower. 60. Good. Founder. Uppercase. Yep. Designer. Uppercase. Done. And the next. Okay, so this is the first. Yeah, this is very good. Everything is well aligned. The spacing is correct. Okay, and now let's move with the second part of this website. I close. Let me just delete just hide the previous blocks. I will add another zero block editor. We'll just delete everything we had. Switch to Figma. I'll show it full screen to you so that you can see it well. I switched to another page where I have the second part of the website, and I basically just copy the link because I don't need to copy the API token, it will be all the same. Here on Tilda, I click import and I insert layout URL. As you can guess or notice, the API token was saved. I hit import. The layout is being imported, and now let's check for the typeface. Okay, all these small titles on the left, I want them in druk. I want them uppercase, contacts as well, uppercase druk. Here, like this. Tilda, I want to enter the link. Oops. Now I want to modify the link style. I want the letters and the underline to be white. Okay, very nice. Let me check if this is well aligned. All right, very nice. And let's save and close and see what we have. Preview. Так, this works. Very nice. Well, this was the easy design, obviously, not a lot of animation, not a lot of effects. But just to show you how fast and quickly and easily you can just transfer the Figma layout to Tilda and make it bring it live. Okay, I just published the website, save and continue, and here we go. Here we have the wrong spacing. Let me fix it one sec. More or less like this. Not sure it worked out well. Yeah, still some more spacing, but you got the idea, I think. Now you did. I know you did. Block editor. The previous block, I want to finish it right here. Save, close, publish, go back, reload. Okay, more or less the same, but you got the idea. You can move just a little bit higher, and you got the website. Okay, and now let's see what this website looks like in reality. So Nikita Obuhov. This is the actual website of our founder. Yeah, I forgot to do the uppercase for the title. Here we go. This is what the original looks like. Yeah, a little bit dimmed the titles on the left. Some links added. You know how to do that over here as well. Very nice. So we were pretty close. How many minutes? I don't know if somebody was counting the time, but I think that it was less than 10 minutes based on my observations. Yeah, just making it uppercase. So that's it. So just for you to know, we have a landing page here in our blog. Let me just find it. It was open somewhere. Nope. Okay, Tilda Figma import. Yes. So this is the small guide to how to import designs from Figma to Tilda. You will find the link below the video. I will add it over there. And it explains all the steps that we just made that are necessary to transfer your designs from Figma and make them live on Tilda in ZeroBlock. This you can only do in ZeroBlock, obviously. Okay, so basically there are 3 steps, right? You prepare the layout, prepare the layout properly. I had already the layout prepared. Okay, I cheated a little bit. It's true. I wanted to save your time. Here are some points that you want to go through and pay some attention, like to call the files correctly and make the correct frames. But you can do it quite fast and easily. Then you get the API token in your Figma account, and then you copy the page URL. That's it. All right. Now, the last thing that we did not cover is how you can actually transfer the basic blocks from the block library, which we have like 500 plus basic blocks like these ones, into zero block. So in case you want to use a design, you like the design of the cover, for example, over here, which I'm not sure you can, not the best example. So not all of the blocks you can transfer to zero block, okay? But the majority of them, yes. Let me just show you the review, one of the review blocks. This one, for example. So this is the basic block that allows you to add several reviews. Okay, you can modify obviously in the settings the number of these reviews, all the sizes and the styles. But in case you really want to redesign it, but start from something, not from scratch, you open its settings. Again, I will show you. Scroll down, and here is the button convert to zero block. You hit it. You can only convert without saving the content. So please don't fill your content into the basic block and then decide to modify the block in zero block. That's a bad idea. The good idea is to choose the layout you like and convert it right away to zero block, and there in zero block modify the content. Just like that, the block became a zero block. I click on the edit block, and here it is. Okay, and here I can do whatever I want. I can multiply these reviews just like this. Okay, I can upload different images. I can also add a button, for example, to any of them, and I will change I'll change the button style, for example, like this. The border, I want it to be rectangular, small, size will be 12, and the caption will be learn more. And I want to put this under each of the speakers. For example, now I'm just improvising over here, just showing you how you can go around and changing the basic blocks into the zero block. Okay, so like this. Oops. Up like this. And so on. So you got the idea, I think. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer them. If you are watching us in the recording, I will be still more than happy to learn about your questions in the comments. We are checking very regularly our comments on YouTube and under the webinars. So I'll be happy to receive any feedback you have or any comments or questions you may have about zero block, about designing on Tilda, about transferring layouts from Figma, or any other questions you may have about the platform. Okay, and I want to thank you for your attention. I hope you will create amazing websites. This is one of the zero block template, just to leave you with some inspiration after our workshop, which was quite intense, I guess. So this what you can do using zero block. These are the designs that don't look like you're using the website builder, right? Absolutely custom designs with custom effects You can do whatever you want. You're absolutely free to create. And there are much more features, obviously, on Zero Block that we had time to cover. And for this, I invite you to check the Help Center with our very long article on Zero Block features, as well as the Tilda Education, which is our online learning resource for web designers and digital marketers. Over there, we also have a very nice Zero Block article that explains you why you may want to use Zero Block, how to use it. It will give you some examples of the websites created on Zero Block and so on. So all the links you will find in the description of this webinar. And let me check for the last time our chat to check if there are any questions. Yes, there is. How do we use Design Zero Block for customers who edit likewise CMS? So the Matthias, you want to say to edit likewise CMS. I'm not sure I got your question correctly. From what I read here is you're asking if we can use Design Zero Block, if we can design Zero Blocks and export them in order for the clients to use in other CMS systems. So for this, if you want to export your design on Zero Block or on Tilda entirely, you can do this by paying the annual plan. You can export your design on the business plan. But you have to bear in mind that all the built-in features, like built-in CRM system, for example, or built-in shopping cart, will not be able to work on another CMS. Other than that, you can very nicely export the designs created on Zero Block or on basic blocks, doesn't matter, to other CMS and use it as a cover page, for example, of your website or any other ideas that you may have for these designs. How to use it a basic block? Another question. How to use it a basic block? What do you mean, Matthias? No expert is intended. Sorry, I'm not clear. Yeah, I guess we're all a bit tired. I'm sorry, but we really worked very hardly. 1 hour and a half almost. So I'm waiting for the clarification for this last question. In the meantime, showing you one of the beautiful Zero Block designed template that you can actually use for your design right now by adding this template to your page, right? I hope you all remember how to do that. You create a new page. Let me show you. Add a new page, go to the Z category, template category, choose the right template, which was this one. Hit create. And this is the instruction of how to use the fonts, because every template uses its own fonts. So you will be guided on how to use the right font for this template, and then you can modify it right away. You see? Really cool. So it's the end of the day, right, Matthias? Yeah, it's the end of the day for me too. For those in Florida, it's just the beginning of the day. And for those watching this webinar and the recording, it may be a very early morning. So really sorry for us being so tired with me and Matthias. Anyway, I think we're ready to wrap up, and hope this webinar was useful for you guys. Keep asking your questions and follow us on social media. We are constantly upgrading Zero Block, so there are much more features to come, and many other features that I did not cover, that I did not mention today, are available for you to power up your designs. So really take a look at it, and I hope you will be inspired to create amazing designs and effective animation. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.